Buongiorno, buonasera, benvenuti amici, welcome my friends. My name is Vincenzo and welcome to my channel, Fountain Pen Therapy. As you know, for those of you who saw my unboxing on Fountain Pen Day, I treated myself to two beautiful pens, and one of those pens I have for you today for a detailed review, and that is, of course, boy, I like this pen. This is the Good Blue Flamed Ultem with that beautiful flex nib. I gotta tell you folks, if you are into flex nibs, curious about flex nibs, or are collecting flex nib pens, this is a must. This is a must. I've been waiting for it for a while, and I finally took the dive, and I think that nib is going to make us very, very happy. Stay tuned. Now, just from that packaging, you should be able to recognize from a distance at least the brand of this pen. And when you look at closely, it says the Good Blue, and it kind of has some design features of the pen that's in here. So without, what do we have? Drum roll, please. Look at this. What is this? Hey, folks, you must be saying. Frankly, I don't know what went here, but there was nothing in here when the pen was delivered. Maybe it's because everything is already inside, but here is that pen. Yes, folks, it's the Good Blue pen, and, you know, my flex hunt continues. Beautiful Ultem, and what's in it? Well, let's take a look. Okay, I'm with my macro shot here, so you can really appreciate the quality of the workmanship on this pen. Here's the pen, and of course you can see this flat surface here that, of course, you could use, and it prevents it from rolling. There's that metal center band. And on one side, you unscrew it, the Ultem, to get to the converter. Screws in very nicely, and on the other side, you screw it out to get to the pen. You can tell the workmanship is very nice. I like that, you know, the two finials are kind of. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a little bit different from the rest of the barrel. Kind of solid, but at the same time kind of transparent. Very nice. Unique shape, I would say to you. This opens up in, whoa, maybe even less than one turn. So let me just go back and test that again. That's half. 3/4 and 1, so one turn. And of course it reveals the star. I'll get back to that feed in a second, but the star is this beautiful flex nib with the inscribing of "We love," no, what is it? for the love of flex. And you see the good blue written right at the tip there of that section. The feed, you can see, is impregnated with the ink because it's a polymer feed. So when I originally got it, it was white. And then, of course, when I inked this pen, you can see the ink there. Just a little bit white there, but very nice, very nice. Pen is very comfortable despite that huge drop right there. You can use this pen, you know, a little higher up or a little down, and this thing is not slippery at all, so it's very, very functional. I like it. I thought that step down would have diminished my writing experience, but on the contrary, I see no problem there at all. Okay, so that's a kind of a close-up look at the pen. What I will do is I will return to my regular camera and we can show you how the comfort in the hand and how it posts, and if it does post. We're back with my regular camera to give you a kind of a more in terms of comfort, in terms of how it sits in your hands, very nicely. I got to tell you, that section, I'm very, very pleased. I thought it would be a horror story, but it is not at all, at all, at all. You can hold the pen higher up if you wish, or you can hold it lower down. And I don't see it, you know, it's got a nice weight, balance to the bottom, if you will, on the paper. Does it post? It kind of sits there, but nah, this is not a poster, so I would not call it a poster. In fact, I wouldn't even try. There you have it. So that's the pen in terms of comfort. We'll be back with the writing sample. Okay, here's just a few pens that I'd like you to compare it with. This is the new Asvine J16, which is a big pen. The Esterbrook Oversize is a big pen. The Edison Collier is a big pen. The Bennu is also a big pen. And a 1986 All-American is considered to be a big pen. And as you can see, yes, it is slimmer at the ends because it has that unique cigar shape, you know, being reduced on either ends. But in terms of length, there you have it. It gives you a good idea of how big the pen is. Here are the pens uncapped and unposted. Again, you could see that it's a nice length. It's as big as the Asvine J16 and also the Bennu here, the Euphoria. So bigger than the Edison and just as big as the Esterbrook Oversize. So that gives you a good idea, again, even a better idea of the pen unposted and uncapped. I will not bother with a posted example because the subject pen doesn't post. We'll do some measurements and then the writing sample. Now we're back for the writing sample. What I thought I'd show you first is, before we get to a regular sample, is I've taken my macro camera and I just want to give you maybe a closer shot of how this pen flexes and how this pen performs. So let me just make sure my camera does cooperate. Okay, so it's not cooperating, but maybe when I'm writing. Okay, here we go. Now, this is with the lightest touch. It is kind of an extra fine, as you can see there. And then, of course, the more I press, the more I can get out of it. And you can see the flex on that. is quite substantial. Now, again, I'm not the greatest here when it comes to flux. I messed that up. But with this macro shot, you can actually see all the trembling in my handwriting. So, but I think you could definitely see how this thing performs, okay, in terms of flexing in the macro shot. But you know what? I don't like what I see. I'm going to go back to my regular camera so you don't see all the trembling defects in my stroke. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back for the regular writing sample. First of all, the ink that I'm using is this Alexandrite Dieman, nice ink. This ink kind of comes down. When you put it down, it's kind of a blue turquoise, a darker turquoise, and then that red sheen just takes over, I got to tell you, as it dries. So very nice ink, and with Dieman you can't go wrong. Paper is Tomoe River notebook. So let's see what this baby does. There you have it. I didn't say much because I wanted you to listen to the sounds it makes. Needless to say, it is a very wet, and I'm not going to, well, you know what, why not? There you go. It's fairly smooth. Needless to say, it's wet. It's fairly smooth for a fine flex. Okay. Most constant. I mean, this thing doesn't really skip. Now, I may not have tested it as much in terms of for flexing to see if it railroads often, but because I'm not a flex guy, or a calligraphy person, reverse writing, yeah, is okay as well if you really need it. But you can, with a light touch, get that extra fine line, and then of course make it so you don't really need it. Okay, fast writing, yeah, not a problem. This feed really keeps up. So likes and dislikes. Likes. I like the design of the pen. I like the build quality of the pen. I like the materials used, especially that Ultem. I like the nib. Very nice nib, I gotta tell you. And I like the price. For a flex pen, very, very well priced in my view. It has that polymer feed, which is a good alternative. And I think it's an everyday carry and a flex nib. So you get, best of both worlds. Dislikes? I mean, it is a converter. So, flow may be an issue for some flexors because you're not getting a piston filler or a vacuum filler, and you may have to ink this pen up a bit too often. But there again, that's a question mark, because I haven't seen this pen really railroad all that much. So do I recommend it? 10 on 10 in terms of recommendation. I think if you're a flex nib person, you need to get yourself the good blue. So there you have it. Very nice. So there you have it. Another flex nibbed pen in my collection. I've got, I would say that most of the front runners, I have them in my collection. I've kind of become a fanatic a little bit. I'm just kind of hunting for all these flex nib pens, and I think I've got quite a few there. We're going to keep adding. If there are any that you recommend, please let me know, and I'll let you know whether or not I've got them already. I got quite a few, so that at the end of the year I can put together a comprehensive video comparing them all and declaring at least my winner. I really loved them, and most of them, you know what, surprisingly enough, I like for everyday writing. Not the Mag 600, she's a little wild, but the rest, you know what, I'm having a lot of fun with them. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much. Please subscribe. If you liked the video, please let me know. If you don't like the video, please let me know as well, but let me know why. And you know what? It's fountain pen therapy for all of us. Enjoy your pens.